You know what I'm really excited for? Tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Everyone excited for Thanksgiving? Come on, everybody excited for Thanksgiving? Exactly, great day. You have you have a lot of great things. First of all, you have football. Oh crap, I'm talking about football again. I said I wasn't going to do that. You got the Packers and the Lions, so it's a great game. You have a lot of great food, there's a lot of stuff. And then my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is my family saying, "Why are you a failure?" And my grandma coming over to me and saying, "Hey, Petey, you got a job yet?" "No, Grandma." "You got a girlfriend? Boyfriend?" "Grandma, just pass the mashed potatoes, please. I can't do this right now." All right, our next performer, he's a great writer, comedian, and actor. Please give it up for Mr. Adam Solomon.
Thanks. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I apologize. I want to thank Pete for being our MC tonight. Did a very good job. And beforehand, he was asking me help with jokes tonight. And I said, "Oh, sure, I'll help you out if I can." I said, "Well, I'm thinking about doing some vagina jokes." He said, "I don't think there's enough vagina jokes out there." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So he told me some of these jokes, and I said, "Well, you might want to stick to something you know." He didn't like that joke much either. So don't worry, I'm not going to ask you guys any questions. I'm just going to so there's this girl across the street from me, and she likes to undress in front of the window. Like, you know, turns the light on and undresses her. She's pretty attractive, so of course I have to watch. I try not to, but you know, I can't help it. She does this all the time, and last week actually, she starts, watching, and she starts doing her thing, and all of a sudden she just stops, and she starts like looking funny, and then she starts screaming and shrieking, and, like acting really crazy, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. This joke's too good, can't take it. And so she starts screaming and shrieking, and asking me how I got in her closet and stuff like that. Have you ever seen a restraining order? There's a lot of bold type in that. So I also know this other girl who is like really crazy. She's one of those political types where she can go on for an hour about something crazy. Even like she's one of those where they protest the world people, like in DC. And she really annoys me, so I try not to talk to her, but she always seems to interrupt me when I'm talking, or she talks about one thing. So one day she must have been going on about something, and I was talking about somebody. I was laughing. She comes up to me and she says, "Hey, rape's not funny." And sometimes I have a tendency to stick my... Sorry. Very manly voice. Just get into it. Speak loud. Josh told me to speak like this. Anyways, so she came up to me, she says, "Rape's not funny." I told you that. And I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I said, "Well, that's true. It's a lot of hard work." And she looks at me, and I thought she was going to kill me, but you know what, I don't like her anyway. So later on, once again, I was talking with something, she comes up to me, because of course we live in West Virginia, so everybody thinks that we're inbreds and incest and all that stuff. And I don't do those type of jokes, but every once in a while somebody says something really funny, so I pass it along. "Hey, you hear about this?" And she must have heard me. She came up to me and said, "Listen, that's not funny. Incest is not funny. Interfamily sexual relations is not funny. You shouldn't joke about something like that." And I said, "Hey, just because you had a bad experience doesn't mean you have to ruin it for everybody else." Yeah, she doesn't like that. And she told me, I said, "Well, you know, I'm doing this comedy thing on Wednesday." And she said, "Well, if you ever do any domestic abuse jokes, I'll never speak to you again." So here's a domestic abuse joke. My brother says he doesn't really like Rihanna, but he has respect for her because she can take a punch. I think you guys saved me some trouble now. You guys know what a queef is? I didn't know what a queef was, and these guys at work, they're about 16 or 17, kept calling me a queef one day, and I was like, "What is that?" And I said, "You're a queef, Adam, you're a queef." And I was like, "What is that?" And they never told me, so I was like, whatever. So when I went home, I Googled it and I typed in, what is a queef? And it came back with the answer and I was like, man, that stinks. That's stupid. Hey Josh. Are you eating ice cream?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have a hard time masturbating in public? Me neither. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We all have I hope you all are thankful for something. I know I am. I'm thankful for all my friends, for Shipwrecked letting us come in here tonight. Family. Most of all, I'm thankful for all my money, my 2 BMWs, my lake house, my giant wang, and all the sex I get, my ability to lie. But speaking of Thanksgiving, my uncle, this is a true story actually, he's crazy, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he never invites us to anything. And anything, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. But yeah, he expects an invitation from us. And my mother didn't invite him this year because he hangs out with his wife and her parents, who we all hate because they're pretentious pricks. And so he's sending her horrible emails and yelling her at the phone and just being awful. On top of it, he always thinks he's dying. He always has. And he tries to play on that. He's like, you know, this could be my last Thanksgiving ever. I could die. So, you know, they think I might have cancer. I have to go and get an MRI. I have to go, they think I have a brain tumor. They think I have herpes. They think I have all this stuff. And, you know, he's always going on about how he's dying, but the worst part is he's not. I don't wish death on anybody, So I also just found out my sister's doing porn, which I didn't know because I never talked to her. And, but, you know, I was bored one day, so when I was home, I was on the computer. I thought, oh, let's look at porn, why not? And of course, I look at the picture and I'm like, this person looks familiar to me. So I clicked on the video, and of course, I popped the video, and there's my sister right there, going at it. I was like, what the hell? So I sat there, and so after I stopped masturbating, I turned off the computer, and I sat there, and I was thinking, God, up. She's a horrible actress. And she never didn't even use any of the moves I taught her. That's messed up. So, I didn't know if I was going to have the material to fill this time slot, I guess. So I was riding up here thinking, I don't know if I have enough stuff, so I called Pete. I said, Pete, can you write this stuff down for me? So I thought, well, where all else fails, I can just read out. It's sort of like you go to a concert and they play new songs and ask you what you think and stuff. So I figured I'd just, while I'm up here, I might as well get your input. So here's the first one. Pete's got really bad handwriting too, so hopefully I don't mess these up. I find out when you boil lobsters, they scream. You know what else? Know what else do? Puppies. Speaking of Chinese food, I don't have a Chinese food joke yet, but I figured it's a good segue for when I did. They always say the first time's the hardest. That's not true. I couldn't get it up. He knows what I'm talking about. I heard that. Do you think Tyler Perry is like Tupac? He has made so many Medea movies that they'll still be releasing them after his death. Although I think that's more of a statement. I think it's a fact, really. My dad tries to give me jokes all the time, but they're really bad. They're always about gay sex and underage sex and fondling my brother and stuff. That's what happens when you go to the Sandusky School of Comedy. That's awful, isn't it? It's okay, he dropped out because he said the jokes were too childish. That's I just want to Pete, I couldn't read this one very well. Let's see here, hold on. I like midgets. They make everything look bigger. With their little midget hands and their midget mouths. Sorry, I know I should not use the word midget because it's not PC. It's bad enough they're kids. Oh, sorry, bad enough they look like kids. That's not really a joke, is it? That's just kind of really awful. Oh well. It can all be pigs. Right, Devin? So anyways, I'm out of time, but I just have one more thing to tell everybody. I found out my dad has been stealing money from me. And I always use cash because it's how I budget. And budgeting is kind of a lost art. So I never put my money back in my wallet. I always just drop it on my desk. And so I realized I'm losing money. I'm sure I had $10 up here. I only got 5. And I'm sure I had 20. I only got 11. And one day I just go downstairs and my dad pocketing all my money. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And he just started like laughing. I said, what do you do to take my money? He goes, well, you know, I have to go buy Mr. Pibb and Cheetos and stuff. I was like, that. So I hope you're going to pay me back, right? I said, you just keep stealing from me. He's like, and he just walks out of my room and that's it. Like, thinks I owe money. I said, you son of a bitch. So I got him back though. His life.
Like it.
Thank you.
Adam Solomon, everybody.